We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 11:15 a.m., as you see there up on the screen, sent out a bear indicator. From that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision. And put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Tesla bot. It sent out a bull indicator going into the open, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, bull strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 90% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from bright green bars to multiple white with red borders. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, back under a bear indicator here in the second half of the day at the 604.35 level. That is a critical resistance here to not ignore, because anything below that, as long as this bear indicator continues to dominate on the 30-minute, it will continue to be a resistance right around that 604.35, 36 level. And then you had a bull indicator that quickly got canceled. It was trying to build momentum here in the first half of the day to cancel out that bear indicator from yesterday back at 607.63, and quickly got canceled in the volatility, and support here of 604 was broken through, and it hit lows here today of 602. Now it's fighting here to stay above 603 in the after hours. And if we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we can also see here a bear indicator dominating since yesterday at the 607.63 level, causing a huge domination over the chart here for the last 2 days. Anytime it tried to come back up, and went right back down, and it hit newer support levels. And white with red borders has been touched twice here so far in this downturn, right? And a full transition from the rip area, as I call it, to the dip area has happened. And this is what 42 vision allows us to see, the areas of weakness as we call them, the dips, and the areas of strength, which we call the rips, right? You want to try to buy as low as you can and sell as high as you can, right? Getting in on those red or wire-fed border bars and getting out close to the bright green and dark green bars, right? That's the whole goal through these transitions, to see the strength and weakness and where things are looking expensive or cheap, right? It's all about trying to get cheap stocks and then also selling at expensive rates, or staying away from the charts, right, when they're looking expensive. Like in this momentum, some people can call this a trend trade or go with the momentum trade, but I would stay away. Once I see bright green bars, I stay away, because in that strength, it can anytime turn around. Now, if I'm in a position and I'm seeing that strength, well, then I will go ahead and reassess and try to hold through that volatility or scale out. That's what it's all about, creating a strategy that works for us as traders. Nothing is perfect, but it's all about having that edge. Now, when we go ahead and look at the volatility here on the 15-minute, that bull indicator popped up, full transition. We never saw bright green bars again, and there was a huge resistance up here at the 605.50 level, not that far off of where it held as support yesterday in the chop, right? Once it broke through it, a bear indicator popped up at 604.95, and it dominated all day. And when things tried to pause here, that's that support that needed to be held, and it turned into resistance here at the 604.36 level, and things went ahead and accelerated. If I pull up the inflow versus outflow, we will see here on this pull back up here, and also the pull up back up on the 30-minute, it wasn't strong enough, and those outflows most likely were below. We're going to take a look at it now in these charts. Now, here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, with those outflows dominating here. You can see how they tried to come back up those inflows, rejected off the midpoint, and quickly accelerated to the downside. Now, inflows are trying to pick back up here, and there's a slight divergence trying to form if we go ahead and look at this chart to the upside, and these inflows need to continue and break through the midpoint to justify any move to the upside on the 30-minute. So I will be watching that going into tomorrow. If we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, outflows are still dominating through this volatility. Even though they were trying to push up, we are far from the midpoint, and to justify any move upwards, those inflows need to cross over. And then in the volatility of the 15-minute, we can go ahead and see here how these outflows quickly crossed over on this pull up as it tried coming above in the pre-market. Once it crossed, even though it was trying to retest and hit new highs, none of this was justified because inflows never crossed back over, and it stayed below and pulled away throughout the day. Now, inflows are back close to the midpoint here, and if they pull back down, it could quickly start to retest support levels. And the first support I'll be watching is 602. Then below that is 600. And then comes 598. Now to the upside, these inflows need to cross to the upside, roll that strength over into the 30-minute, break through that resistance where the bear indicator popped up here at 604.35. Use it as support. Get those inflows to pull away from the midpoint. And then above that, I'll be watching 605.50 to the 606.50 level. That's the tight range I'm watching to the upside, and to the downside, the bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I will be watching them very closely, and 42 vision allows us to see within the volatility and have that edge, which you can now gain access to. The link is down below in the description within these moves by seeing the bars change from green to wire-fed borders, the inflows that stay below or above the midpoint. Right now, outflows are dominating and we're below, and it doesn't justify any move upwards if they don't cross over. So I will be watching that, and then the bull and bear indicators to add that extra layer. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.